Hello everyone, in this video we'll learn how to start indexing with your first batch. So let's go to indexing. This is the main page when you sign in. Go to indexing and then you can go to web indexing. And this is what you'll see every time you want to index a record. So you go to find batches, click here. So here is it's kind of like a library where you go and choose which records you want to be working with. So you can choose to work with like records from Liberia, from Arizona, from Illinois, from Michigan. You can choose all of these, and there's different difficulty levels. You can select those here, and then you can also choose different languages. For example, I speak Spanish, so I've actually done some records in Spanish. Um, and yeah, and if you speak any other language, you can work on those as well. So let's start off with an easy one, a beginning, and then we can press search. So these are the options we have that are available. These two bars kind of mean this is a project. Each one of these is a project where somebody went and took a bunch of pictures in that location in that area. So someone went and took a bunch of pictures in Liberia, hundreds of pictures, and then now the process has begun to index them. So this 9% means that 9% of all those records have been indexed, and then someone else reviews them and reviews what you've done, and then 1% of it has been done so far. For example, here in Navajo County in Arizona, 87% of the records have been indexed, and then 36 have been reviewed. So let's choose we can choose this Arizona Navajo County, the voting records. So let's index this one, and it's English and it's beginning, so that's good. You just click index, and then attention, before indexing these images, please read through all the project instructions, field helps, and general indexing outlines, guidelines. Here we go, so project instructions. Records that are outside of the project date range should still be indexed. Index all voter registration records and mark all other images in step 1, images as no extractable data. So essentially saying that that's stuff that isn't voter registration records. So we would read this, and then this is an example of something that should be indexed. We can look at that if we want to. So here we're in this tab. This is the example that it showed us, and a registration card. And then, so yeah, this is the example, and then this kind of explains it. So let's go back to the other tab. Yeah, so you can click on this if you want an overview a little bit and kind of like a guideline. We can X out here. And then should this image be indexed? Can we see that? Yes. And then we just click next image. And then should this image be indexed? So in each batch, there's actually multiple records. In this one, there's 4. So here we have this person. This is Dora. This is Dora's record. This is going to be Erlinda. You click on the next one. This is going to be Frank Gajegas and Leonard de Gallegas, right? Or Leonard J. Gallegas. So it's so there's 4 to finish this batch to complete it. You would have to you index all of these records. So images 1 of 4. Should this image be indexed? We click yes. Next image. Now it takes us to image 2, which is Erlinda's, Miss Erlinda's. And should this image be indexed? Can we read it? Yes. Next image. And then Frank, yes, we can read that. And then Leonard J. Gallegas, we can read that as well. So now we go back to, you can see down here, it shows you what record you're on. Now we go back to record 1 and we start indexing and we start putting in the information that's needed. And that's how you get started with batches. And if you want to, once you finish, you can submit the batch, or you can go back to your like main page for indexing, and then it's going to show you your batches that you have open, and you can open your batch, and there you go. And then here you can track your progress and see how many records you've done in the days that month, and you can set goals for the month. And then here you can see overall how many you've indexed throughout your time doing this and how many you've reviewed. And that's the conclusion for how to start indexing your first records.